you're gonna want to open the image in Photoshop, duplicate it, and then you're going to go to Filter, Blur, and then Motion Blur. You're gonna want to set the angle. It depends on the image. This one I leveled out in Lightroom, but you're gonna want to set the angle of what the blur is, and then the distance. So the higher the distance number, the greater the effect of the blur. I'm gonna slow it down to somewhere around where I think it would be about 1/100th of a second. So I slowed it down, and then I'm gonna want to put a layer mask on it. So you're gonna click the layer mask at the bottom right, and bring up the layer mask. Next thing you want to do, you're gonna want to grab your brush tool, put it to white, click on the layer mask, and then paint wherever you see you want it to be blurred. This I find is a whole lot easier than using the lasso tool, because sometimes when you get the lasso tool, you'll see that the body of the car or whatever it is you're trying to not put in blur, you're gonna see a little bit come out, like right there. And then there's one way that we can figure that out later, just to get rid of that. It's only certain parts of the image that happens with. How we do it, you're just gonna wanna open up a new layer, use your stamp tool, and just clone it out. So I'm just gonna fast forward this a little bit. You get the gist of it. You're gonna want to do this to the image, and then you could hold the Option key and click on the layer mask to show the layer mask on the image. So it will become white is what is going to be see-through, and black is what's not going to be see-through. And then you're gonna so after you merge the layers, you're gonna want to go up to Filter, Blur Gallery, and then click on Spin Blur. Spin Blur. This takes up a lot of RAM, so your computer is going to be acting slow. Hopefully you got a lot of memory, because this is what's going to happen. So you're going to take that dropper tool and drop it on where you want it to be blurred at, and you're going to want to press Ctrl-T to bring in that circle more tighter into the wheel well of the image. And then the blur angle, the more the blur angle, the crazier the blur is, the lower the angle, the less blur it is. This, it's all up to you, and what you think looks best with the motion blur that you set up for the background. So use your best judgment, and then you're going to want to do it to the front wheel as well, the same exact blur angle as the rear one. After you're done with that, you're going to put a layer mask on that layer, and then you're going to paint back on the wheel where you want to show that spin blur. We're not going too crazy on it, like I said. So you're going to want to put on the layer mask and then paint on the wheels to show the spin blur through. Do a little of the before and after. So before, after. And here's the last part to clone out the front to where it gets ghost a little bit when you do the motion blur. So just open up a new layer, get your stamp tool, clone it right out, you're good.